At the time of making this video, the Helldivers 2 and Halo ODST crossover is going to be dropping tomorrow, and I've always viewed this as being a really good thing. Not only because more people are able to enjoy Helldivers 2, and bringing it to the same people who love Halo seems like a very logical move, it's also marking the end of exclusive video games between Sony and Microsoft, because Microsoft and Xbox are getting Helldivers while Sony and PlayStation users are getting Gears of War, and Sony and the developers are earning more money from this decision, which will allow them to keep funding Helldivers 2 as well as future video games. This is an objectively good situation for all parties involved. However, as you can imagine, the PlayStation fanboys were very pissed off at the idea of one of their beloved IPs going multi-platform, even though it already was multi-platform with the PC, and I'm sure that they hated that too. And I need to stress here that this is the minority, because most people are very positive about this situation. It's just a few people who are losing their minds, which we're gonna laugh at right now. Edemion says, insane to see this on the official PlayStation account. Yeah, it's insane to see a business decision that PlayStation made be promoted on the PlayStation channel, just because it has something related to Halo, which is something related to Xbox. You think it's insane to be shown on the PlayStation channel. If it was a picture of a burger or a picture of two fat men, then yeah, I'd probably agree it's stupid to see on the PlayStation channel, but this is a business decision that PlayStation is promoting. I don't see what the issue is here. Tim says Sony are flushing the PlayStation brand down the toilet. I've always loved the idea of a brand being destroyed just because video games are no longer being exclusive. First of all, you aren't losing the exclusives, like, you still have those games. The only difference being is other people on other platforms also now have those games, which allow these companies to get more money, which allow them to create better hardware and better software for not just the people who are invested in the PlayStation brand, but also everyone else. This isn't the last time that you'll hear an argument like this, so I'm just gonna say, if you think the PlayStation brand is dying just because exclusives are no longer exclusives, you chose a shit platform. Leonis King says the console wars are over and PlayStation won. I mean, if you want to get petty about it, the PC won, because we have all of the PlayStation games, all of the Xbox games, and technically all of the Nintendo games via very easy emulation. So yeah, if you want to get petty about it, the PC were the real winners. Never mind the fact that this console generation has been absolutely awful, with price hikes and 30 FPS caps and all the rest of it, but by all means dude, whatever makes you happy, PlayStation were the least smelly shit in the toilet. Ronnie Sapika says Xbox is over, Microsoft should just become a game studio and publisher. Xbox is over because they don't have exclusive games? You do realize this logic also applies to PlayStation, right? Like, you could honestly count on one hand the number of PlayStation exclusives that weren't brought to the PC in the last 5 years. The only two I can think of being Astro Bot and Demon Souls remake. Like, that's it. PlayStation have been third party for quite a few years now. You're in denial if you think that's not the case. Like, bringing games to Xbox was simply the next step. The only company that still lives and dies on its exclusives is Nintendo, and even then they're not exclusive because, again, emulation exists. Doug Bass, I think that's what it is, says, go fuck yourselves. What garbage is this? This isn't PlayStation anymore. It's absolute garbage. It's ruining the brand by putting in characters from other brands that are even more garbage. Keep doing this and people will abandon. Again, I love this logic because it shows that you didn't actually give a fuck about PlayStation to begin with. You didn't actually want to be a gamer. You don't actually care about playing games on the PlayStation brand. If all it takes for you to abandon this platform is because of exclusives no longer being exclusives, the rest of us are happily playing our games and don't give a fuck where they go. If more people get to play it, that's a good thing. If less people get to play it, well, that's shit, but it is what it is. Forbidden Herbs says, you don't deserve to show this game off. I'm still dropping PlayStation for when next new gen arrives for all the dog shit you made the PS5 into. Xbox kept something original. I wish I never touched a PS5. The frustrating thing about this comment is that I actually completely agree with it, but not for the same reasons. I think the PlayStation 5 was crap because of the 30 FPS caps and the price hiking. You think that the PlayStation's crap just because other other gamers on other platforms are able to experience the PlayStation games. One of us raises legitimate criticisms towards the brand and want the platform to be improved. The other one of us is just a pathetic man-child who has spent too much time on Twitter. I'll let you be the judge. Crazy says, the downfall of Helldivers 2 begins here. You think the downfall of a video game is gonna happen just because of a DLC crossover with Halo? Guess what, champ? You didn't actually like Helldivers 2. If all it takes for you to quit the game is because of something Xbox crossover, never mind the fact that Halo has been on PC for a while as well with Halo Infinite, but Halo is somewhat related to Xbox, therefore the game is gonna go downhill. But let's be serious and think about this for a second. So you think that Helldivers 2, a cross-platform game that supports cross-gen gaming with its players, you think that this game is gonna go downhill because more players are now able to buy the game and play it, and also more content is being added to the game. The irony about this situation is that the only thing that Helldivers has had to a downfall was when Sony was forcing mandatory PSN requirements for the Steam audience. Because that was the only thing, as far as I can tell, that took the game out of Steam's top 10 most played games list. And funnily enough, even though we have news about the Halo crossover, it's still in the top 15 daily active users for Steam. I think Helldivers 2 is gonna be fine. Julix says, what trash? You think this will be enough for the Corot drinking bums on Xbox to buy this game? Not even like this will they buy it, lol. Well, considering that Helldivers 2 is confirmed to not be coming to Game Pass, and also the fact that in a world of $70 and $80 games, Helldivers 2 is only gonna be $40, I feel like a lot of people are gonna be playing Helldivers 2 on Xbox. You know, the same gamers who love Halo. The same gamers who play Call of Duty, the same gamers who play Battlefield, the same gamers who play Gears of War. Is this making sense to you yet? Curious Taurus says, by following Microsoft's lead, your console and games are already losing value. Yeah, totally. Helldivers 2 is losing value. That's why they've already brought it to PC and why they are currently bringing it to the Xbox. Why would they be doing this if there was no monetary value to incentivize them to do so? There's also interviews from PlayStation devs confirming the fact that they don't actually care about being limited to the console anymore. They want to expand the PlayStation brand and the PlayStation platform, and if that means bringing games to other platforms and abandoning console exclusivity, then so be it, they're happy to do so. This is a strategy that has worked for Xbox, and it is a strategy that currently is working for Sony. It sounds like the only person thinking that Sony's platform is losing value is you. And the reason for that is because my exclusives are no longer exclusives. And if that's the case, you chose a shit platform. You should have chosen one that has better value. Sherwin Marif Simon says this is an insult to PlayStation console owners and fans. It's like they want PlayStation fans to buy Xbox, which already lost the war. No point in getting a PS5 or 6 in the future. Nintendo won because of exclusives. Breaking this down bit by bit, it's not an insult to PlayStation fans because the fans don't care. They're happy playing their games and are happy to be playing it with more people. The only person it's an insult to is you as an asshole who can no longer console war on the internet. Or at the very least, you can't use Helldivers 2 as ammo in the console war. But I love at the end how you say, oh, Nintendo won because of exclusives. I hate to break it to you, champ, those games aren't exclusive. If you know how to do so, you can be playing them right now on your PC if you really want to. It sounds very much to me that you were a dumbass who wasted money on a gaming platform that by your own logic has no value outside of its exclusives, and that is no one's fault but your own. The rest of us are just going to be playing our games. Zoria says the mediocre stench of Xbox will soon permeate all of Sony. Again, it's like the PC ports of the Sony games just don't exist in your brain. Like, by your own logic, this has been an issue for 5 years at least. I don't know how you're only just noticing it now. But also, you do realize that PlayStation have the final say in whether games go to Xbox, right? So by your own logic, PlayStation is destroying themselves. Xbox has nothing to do with this. But also, are you gonna try spinning PlayStation gamers being able to play Gears of War as somehow a bad thing? Like, PlayStation dudes, you are literally getting a fair trade. Xbox guys are getting Helldivers, you are getting Gears of War, and you're somehow gonna spin that as if it's a bad thing? Like, do you just not want to play Xbox games? Because that isn't true. I'm sure that the casual PlayStation fan who, you know, enjoys playing games on their PlayStation would love the idea of playing a new game. Al says, thankfully I deleted this game, it turned to dog shit once they collaborated with Halo. They could have done a Resistance update instead, it would have made more sense than this dog shit update. Again, I love this argument, like how the hell does Helldivers 2 go from a great game to suddenly an irredeemable failure just because it collaborates with Halo? Which is another shooter I'd like to point out, like it's not like these games are generations apart. It's not like Helldivers was crossing over with Cooking Mama or Hello Kitty or anything like that. Like, no, this is genre appropriate. And sure, it would have been cool to get the Resistance update, but who's to say we're not going to get that update in the future? This is the update we're getting now, take it or leave it. At the end of the day, if you are willing to abandon a game just because something Halo, you did not like this game to begin with. The majority of us just do not care. Mike G says, this actually makes me not want to buy the game now, it looks bad. Right, because the Halo update is going to turn Helldivers 2 into an irredeemable mess that is riddled with glitches and bugs and has no content whatsoever. I hate to break it to you, dude, but once again, I'm gonna say this. You did not want Helldivers 2. You wanted ammo to use in the console war. Oh, Helldivers 2 looks awesome. Helldivers 2 gets an update that not only gives us a crossover with Halo, but also allows more people to play this game. Oh, the game looks shit. I don't want to buy this now. Mom, make them stop. Kareem the Jovian says, nah, dead game now with trash content. Hard pass. What's that? All of those people who are playing Helldivers 2 on PC alone, as well as all the new people on Xbox who are going to have the opportunity to play the game? No, actually it doesn't matter, because the game's just going to die overnight, because more people are now able to play the game, question mark? Once again, you are not a gamer. You wanted ammo to use in the console war. The rest of the PlayStation fans do not care about this. The PlayStation fans are awesome, the fanboys are not. Shut the fuck up, get out of this industry and get a new hobby. You are not wanted here. I absolutely love this logic because it perfectly sums up the flawed mentality of the PlayStation 5 fanboys. So all of the fanboys glazing this game and using it as ammo in the console war, all of the PC people playing it, and you gotta remember that Helldivers 2 sold better on PC than it did on PlayStation, which is pretty fucking funny, and also all of the new Xbox people that will be buying the game, because gotta remember, in an age of $70 to $80 games, having a $40 game that crosses over with Halo sure sounds pretty appealing for an Xbox fan. But no, all of these players no longer matter, the game's gonna die. People don't actually want this game now, because reasons. I've missed making fanboy content, man, like it's so funny just how pathetic people can be over bloody video games of all things. With that being said though guys, that's all from me for today. I thank you all for watching, subscribe to the channel, join the Discord server, all that good stuff, and I will see you all in the next one. Take care.